Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 VC review. Today I'm going to take a look at Paper Mario on the N64. If you've never played the game before, it's an RPG game basically. It's very similar to the likes of Final Fantasy and stuff like that. Although obviously you play as Mario. I'm actually going to go into a game file that's got loads of the start cut, quite simply because the start there's tons of story and tons of training sections and the likes. It teaches you how to do things, and to show all of it would take about an hour, and it wouldn't even be telling you most of the game because it's only the basics and the likes. At the start though, on the starting screen here, you can actually leave it for ages if you want to, and it'll actually go into a load of like game story and the likes, which is pretty cool. It's something pretty interesting. But this is anyway the whole point of the game. You've got these worlds here to walk around. There's like all sorts of things. This is the Koopa village and the likes, and you've got loads of NPCs to talk to, which NPCs are basically non-playable characters, and like you can talk to them to get missions and the likes, which is pretty much the whole backbone of the game. You can do side missions where you have to see a run around and you have to find Koopa leaves for an old Koopa so you can make tea or just stuff like that. There's tons of side quests. But the whole main part of the game is the fighting, basically, and to get and once again rescue Princess Peach, because you have to get through all these castles and the likes to find stars to it's very hard to explain from the start, so I'll try and show you some of it now that I'm in the combat. Basically, when you start the game, there's 7 star spirits, which are these here, and these have actually just been they've basically just been kidnapped by Bowser and also Princess Peach. He's got the Star Rod, and basically he's now all powerful and everything. So you have to rescue the 7 star spirits, and then you can go on, fight Bowser and rescue Princess Peach. In order to use a star, once you've got one, then basically you have to actually get star power, which just after I do this attack here, if you notice in the top left corner there's a little yellow bar. You can get 7 of those because you can get 1 per star, and each star uses a different amount. So this star spirit here is Refresh. He'll give me 5 health and flower power, and he only uses 1 full star bar. There's ones later on that can put enemies to sleep and the likes, and that I believe uses 3 star bars. So there's loads of different ones to do. When you use a star spirit, it's just an animation. There's nothing that needs actually doing or anything like that. But when you make an actual attack, then you actually have to do things. So it's one of the things that I think makes this the most unique, RPG out there, other than the other Paper Marios obviously. Basically, you choose an attack and then it tells you at the bottom what you have to do. So this here, you have to keep holding left on the analog until the star lights up and you hear the beep. And then you'll release and you'll do a really powerful move. If you don't do that and just do a normal move, then you're not going to take anywhere near as much energy. You can also do ones here, like just before landing you have to push A and you'll do a double jump. So with a Koopa there, jumping on him once doesn't actually do anything to him, it knocks him on his back. So that allows you to still get a hit in. When enemies attack you, if you push A at the right time, then you can dodge the front of their attack, and sometimes you won't take any damage, and most of the time you'll only take like 1 or 2, depending on obviously the power of the enemy. But you've got hearts in the top left corner there, which unfortunately have just disappeared. So pushing start there should bring it all back, maybe not. I'll just have to go into another battle and basically show you. You've got hearts on the top left there, which is obviously your energy and the likes. You've got the flowers, which are like certain moves use flowers. This one here uses 1 flower power, and this basically will allow him to charge his hammer attacks up. You've then got the stars to the right of that, and the stars are your EXP. Every time you get 100 stars you'll level up, where you can choose to have 5 more energy or 5 more flower or 3 more badge points. I'll show you the badges in a minute. And you've also got your coins, which are just basically your currency, so you can buy items in the shop. There's not really particularly any items on the game other than the hammer, like per se. You can actually get proper items though, which are just things like you can buy fire flowers, and using one of them, like a fire flower will come into the screen and it'll spit fire everywhere and it'll damage your enemies. You can get lightning bolt clouds, where when you buy one of them later on in the game, then they'll strike lightning everywhere and the like. So there's quite a few items like that, but actual weapons and the likes for the heroes to have, it's just pretty much this hammer. And you can also get like different boots that do different damage and stuff like that. So walking around here though, you've got like, basically you can just walk, you can use your hammer to smash things and hit trees, because you get secrets from trees sometimes. You've got the jump attacks. You can actually get one later on, which is much later in the game, where you push jump and then you can push it again and you'll do a ground pound, and that allows you to find hidden star bits. Basically star bits are used to buy those badges, which I'm very close to showing you now. The only other thing you've got on here is actually a spin, which just basically makes things faster really. You can just, instead of walking and spending ages walking, you can just keep hitting the button and you'll speed up. But anyway, the badges. There we go, when it finally pauses. There's always something wrong with the pause on this game, even on the N64. Anyway, badges and the likes, you've got the ones that you've actually got on, which are those two there at the moment, but I've just took them off. And you've got your badge power in the bottom left corner of the screen pretty much. That tells you how many you can use and the likes, and the badges each tell you how much power they'll need. So this one here needs 3, which, because I've only got 3, means it's the only badge I can put on. That increases your hearts by 5. You've got refund, which that takes one that can like give you some coins back in battle and the likes. You can get ones that actually give you new attacks. This one here allows you to throw your hammer instead of just using it to hit. This one here, this power jump, allows you to do a power jump. So I'll just try and show you this now. So there we go. That was also a little bit of the music. I personally think the music on the game is fantastic. There's loads of different tracks, so I didn't really know which one to actually play you, so I thought I might as well play you the one that you'll be hearing most on the game. Because like a Final Fantasy game and the likes, you're going to be doing a lot of combat. Thankfully though, as you can see, the enemies actually walk around and the likes, so you can choose whether or not you want to fight them, which is pretty good, because it means you can just run away from them if you want to, especially if it's enemies that won't give you EXP later on, because for instance, say you're level 40 and no longer Goombas will give you EXP, so fighting them just literally gives you like 2 or 3 coins, and that's the only benefit you get from fighting them then. Graphically, as you can see, the game is pretty damn good. It may be a kind of 2D game because there are 3D parts, but it's mainly 2D because the whole point is you paper. It still looks really good. You can actually, if you want to, run away from battles, which I'll try and show you now, and basically by doing that, you sometimes lose coins and the likes, and it's not always foolproof. You just basically have to bash the button, and if you manage to land in the OK section of the bar, then you run away. So if you manage to bash the button to 100% there, then you'll actually always run away pretty much. So that's one of the things that's quite cool about the game. There's the pipes from the Mario games returned once again. There's all sorts of pipes to go through that will just lead you to hidden areas. The characters you've got moving around can actually do special things. This one here, you can have him fire out and hit things like blocks or items and they'll come back to you. There's Bombette, who's basically stands around and she blows up and the like, so if there's hidden cracks in the wall, they can get a blow up. But there's loads of different characters and loads of different powers to use. Unfortunately, I can't show you them all because I'm starting to run out of time. Damn this 10-minute limit. So that's pretty much all I've got really to say on all that. Gameplay wise, I've shown you that, but I haven't actually mentioned the lifespan. It'll pretty much take you, it took me the first time I beat it a few months ago, 40 hours overall, so there's a lot of lifespan there. There's also those heart blocks there, just mentioning back to the gameplay elements that will basically fill your hearts and your flowers up and the likes. Unfortunately they don't cost those, so it's a bit of a cheap thing. You can also, if you manage to time it right, you can actually get the first attack, and to do that you just have to basically jump on the enemy's head or hit him with the hammer as he's coming down at you or as he's coming across to you, and then it will basically give you an attack before the game starts, well the fight starts. Unfortunately there though, he hit me, so he got an attack before the fight starts. Other items, you've got things like mushrooms and honey syrup, which again they'll just like fill up your energy or fill up your flowers and the likes. But I don't think I've really got anything else left to say, so I'm just gonna walk around in there. Well, just try and point some of the other things out, because obviously I've mentioned the star points, but basically haven't actually shown you them. So when you go into the options and all that, you've got the badges, you've got what items you've collected and key items as well. So Lucky Star, that's one of the things that I'm using on the missions and the likes. You've got your party screen, you've got your spirits, and you've got your map which shows you all the places. The star points, unfortunately, just right down there in the bottom corner, I was about to say they're not here, but it's because I forgot where they were, but they're there. They're basically what you're looking for, those little gold diamonds, and you can buy badges with them by, well, finding certain traders. But other than that though, there's nothing else really that I can show you or remember. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.